Hey Sugar, I'm Charmaine, creator of Purposely Petty. Thank you for joining me each week as I welcome guest hosts who have managed to bring pettiness and courageous honesty in precarious spaces. Now, if you're unashamedly brave, navigating tough spaces, or just plain old petty when you have to be, then this is a safe space for you. But remember, being petty without a purpose is just plain old. I'm purposely petty, baby. I don't care.
I feel like this is knowledge. This is free game. So y'all need to be taking notes. Take notes. If you are in the purposely petty audience, you need to take notes.
If you need some help with revenge, just DM me because I've done a lot. I can help you get there.
Let me put her stuff on the screen. So y'all can stop playing.
The other thing is, like, if I'm in like business friendships and stuff and things fail, or you do something to me like steal my information or whatever, I like to buy your domains.
Yeah.
Whatever your business name is.
I have watched her do that, and it is funny every single time.
Whatever your business name is, you do something to make me mad, you will not have the website. Or you can have it for a small price of $1,699. So I own now probably like 80, 85 domains. I took my
you have to get to the place where you realize, you know what? This ain't it. You know what? This really ain't it. And it's nothing wrong with me saying this ain't it. Regardless of if you have kids, regardless of if you put in 10 plus years, whatever, 5 years, 3 years, 6 months. If it ain't it, baby. And it ain't no need of you staying around hoping, like y'all said, like that baby daddy gonna propose to you, because he's not. Okay.
With them diamond chip ring, people always say, I want a Proverbs 31 woman. I want a Proverbs 31 woman. You know, I want to be a Proverbs 31 woman. And you know how we've been taught that. But over the summer, I started to think, well, what type of man covers or elevates a Proverbs 31 woman? What is a Proverbs 31 man? Like, what position did he hold in life? What type of environment did he create for his wife, for her to be propped up and to be praised?
Full stop. What type of environment did he create for his wife? Full stop.
Yeah. Let's go there.
There you go. What did he do? A week. Get it together, bitch. That's what.
And it's sad because people then come to you and say, well, you shouldn't be that type of way, or you shouldn't do those type of things. But this is who I am. Why should I have to change my spirit because there are leeches out here who want to drain my spirit?
You just gotta vibrate higher. You gotta vibrate so high that you get rid of all the stragglers. That's it.
And I did. And that's when I feel like I met the person that I'm with now. Like, I was like, girl, you cannot be vibrating that low, that you out here crying over a nigga who worked at a paper book factory. He out here binding books, and you write books.
Girl, that we're not accepting. Yeah. God is for everybody, regardless of if you don't agree with their lifestyle choices or what. He is for everybody. He's for everybody. And we're not in the space as a whole to just for everybody to come, because then if they don't subject to your ways of thinking and your cliques and your, you know, if they don't take on the form of how we do over here at Pentecostal of praise, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? POP, that's how we do. Like, no, why have we become gangs? That is
comment. And then people are coming up and they now y'all arguing and you arguing, everybody got stuff to say, and there's discord amongst the body of Christ, and the world looking at us like every week you posting something dramatic about the church.
Now, why would I want to be a part of that?
Why? I wouldn't. I'm in the church, and I don't, and a lot of these people, I don't even want to go to your church. So, I mean, much less
truthfully, honestly, disrespectfully, don't even want to pull up at your edifice.
I don't. Like, stop doing that.
All right, it's almost time for Purposely Petty. Y'all need to get ready, because I'm ready. This is cutest. I'm going to look every time. Every Thursday, I'm going to be cute. That's about it. See y'all in a little bit.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Purposely Petty. This is season 2. I can't even believe that I've lasted this long and I've been this consistent, but I made a promise to myself that once I started back doing Purposely Petty, my podcast, that I didn't want it to just be audio. I wanted it to be live so you can get the full experience. And so we are here at season 2, new wig, new colors, new everything. I'm here and I'm excited. I ain't got no nails on. It's totally new, y'all. This is a longer wig. My nails is gone. I changed the colors. I'm back. Okay. I'm looking just like my mama, but it's okay. My mama is pretty, very, very pretty. Anyway, I'm super excited about tonight's guest host, and I'm going to introduce them in a little bit, but y'all already know. If you are a regular watcher of Purposely Petty, you already know I got to give y'all these announcements, because if you don't know, if I don't tell you, you won't know. So first, next week's episode is You and My Business Don't Do That, with 3 of the people that I really, really love. They have a friendship that spans over 10 years. It's going to be next Thursday, April 8th. 2021. Portia, Brittany, and Nika, they've been friends a long time. We're gonna get into a lot of different topics, and so go ahead, set your calendars right now. 8:30 next week. These are the people that's gonna be on Purposely Petty. It's gonna be a whole lot of kikiing. Y'all already know we laugh a lot over here. Next, okay, in the event that you want to advertise your business or your brand, we are here for you. Purposely Petty is here for you. So if it's something that you want to promote, hit me up. Hit me in the DMs, or you can email me at charmaine@alwayscharmaine.com, and I'll be more than willing to promote your stuff, because we all are trying to get a bag out here. We all can eat. We don't have to be stingy. All the love can be spread. I don't care if it's clothes, whatever, your mixtape. I would let the people know what you got going on, and hopefully they will, take part in whatever it is that you have to offer. Next, now this one I'm actually really, really excited about, because it kind of goes with something that I'm very passionate about, which is my Breakup Toolkit. So everybody know I did like a mini soft launch like a few weeks back. I'm just letting you know that I was preparing these micro luxury self-care boxes for anybody going through a breakup, a separation, or a divorce. So I really need a little bit more insight and feedback. So I'm offering the boxes at 50% off. You can go find them right now on alwayscharmaine.com. Now, it's not going to be that price when they officially launch on June 15th, 2021. So you might, and it's only a limited amount. After you get the breakup box or this beta box, I'm going to send you a link, because I want to get some feedback from you. So it'll be a survey, and you can let me know what you like, what you didn't like, what you would like to see included, this, that, and the third. So go ahead and head over to alwayscharmaine.com. Go ahead and get that little beta box and let me know what's up. Okay, it ain't that many boxes, so you need to go ahead and get one. It's not that many. Go ahead and get the box. It's the first of the month. Don't tell me you ain't got it. I know you got it. Go ahead and get it. Boom! And last but not least, the same thing kind of with the Breakup Toolkit. If you like, Charmaine, I don't need a box, but I do need people that understands what I'm going through. I have the Breakup Toolkit, which is a breakup, separation, and divorce support group on Facebook. We show a lot of love in there, encouragement, motivation. We have things like guided meditation, self-care Sundays. This past Sunday, we had a realtor to come in there and tell us some home buying information for those of us who want to buy a house, because your finances can be jacked when you're going through a breakup, especially if you live with a person or if you were married. At any rate, I want to offer resources and encouragement, so that's available for you also. And last but not least, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That way you ain't got to be fumbling. Where's she at? Where's she going live at? I ain't even get it. Go ahead and subscribe right now. alwayscharmaine.com on my website, or you can go on youtube.com. Boom! And all the announcements are over. You can tell I used to do the announcements at church. Can you see how fast I did it? Now, govern yourselves accordingly. I will be talking about these things throughout the show, but I always want to give that piece of information very early on in the show, just for those folks who may have to tip on out before the end. So now we're going to get into it. y'all know how I am. I like to go ahead and get my co-host out here so we can get into this good old banter. Because tonight, we're not playing with nobody, okay? We done had some fire conversations in this group chat, and I'm here to tell you, nobody is coming to play with y'all tonight, period. So you might get your toes stepped on. I don't know. Or you might be like, yeah, they speaking facts. They speaking mad facts. If that's the case, I need y'all to talk in the comments, okay? We don't want to be up here talking to ourselves. So right now, go ahead and text your cousin, your aunties, your homegirls, share this on your page, and then say, yo, Charmaine and the girls are over there talking about some good stuff, and we need to get in on the conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the very first co-host. I have two co-hosts tonight, and both of their names are Brittany, which is like super cute to me. So I'm going to introduce Brittany C. Okay, this is Miss Chambers. Brittany is a researcher, educator, and fitness enthusiast. She's really one of the people who kind of motivated me on the low to get my fat ass up and start working out. Because every day I saw her on Instagram picking up these big weights, and I'm just like, her little self up there just like picking up whole men. That's crazy. And she's an overall advocate for Black excellence. She truly is. Black pride all day. That one. She is sweet, funny, loving, country girl at heart. Y'all know I love me some country girls because I'm country myself. We the baddest. Period. I don't care what. What's the girl name? My God. Trina said. Talking about she the baddest, the Miami ones. No. Country Southern girls are the baddest, actually. But although she's a country girl at heart, don't let that fool you. She might have to knock you out. Anyway, she's a firm believer in putting out the energy that she wants back. If she had to select the quote that best describes her, it would be, the woman who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. My God. The woman who walks alone is likely to find herself in places no one has ever been before, and that is by the great Albert Einstein. So, without further ado, we're going to welcome Dr. your student. First of all, this woman about to be a doctor. Don't play. Clap. Y'all need to clap for her in the comments right now because she about to be in the top 1%, baby. Dr. Chambers is getting ready to join the stream, okay? All right, y'all. Here she is. Unmute yourself.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings. So happy to be here with you this evening.
Yes.
Thank you for that introduction. It was amazing. Thank you.
I do what I can. Hey, I was only reading what the amazing things you have done and accomplished, and so many amazing things that you're going to do. Yes, hit her up. Come on, Brooke Taser. Yes, Shirley. See, they're giving you your flowers while you can smell them. I love to see it. Okay, right. So next, now this is for you folks who want to get your mouth right. Okay, this is for that mouth. Everybody's about what that mouth do. Brittany W knows what to do with that mouth. Period. Okay. Hey, Jamie, I ain't seen you in a long time. I hope you're good. All right. So look, Brittany W is the owner of Big Time Smiles. Big Time Smiles. It ain't little. It ain't small. That thing big. Okay. Big Time Smiles, which is a mobile teeth whitening service. She's in school right now studying surgical technology so that she can be a surgeon's assistant. Another country girl. Don't play with us. Don't play. Do not play with us. Y'all probably like, why she keep playing with hairs? Y'all know them satanic wigs. They be all over the place. Y'all, this thing is not playing with me. Okay? And it's everywhere. So just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. This is that headband wig off Amazon. It's like $30. I just little Tabitha Brown daughter choice. She put it on her Instagram, and I was like, nice investment. Let me get me a headband wig, and did. I got $300 wigs. I got them wigs too, but ain't nothing like a little cheap wig that you can just throw on and throw everywhere. So mind your business. Anyways, hey Darius. my nigga. Okay. So yeah, she is born a country girl but raised a city girl. And she's very much in control of her emotions and her mental state. One of the quotes that she lives by is, "You know better, you do better. Period. Once you know better, you do better. And she is heavy on the mission to break generational curses within herself and her family while becoming her ancestors' wildest dreams." Without further ado, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Brittany W.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi. Hey, everybody. Hi. I'm glad to be here. This is going to be fun.
It is going to be so fun. So first of all, thank you, ladies, both for saying thank you to being on Purposely Petty. Just be yourself. We're gonna talk whatever. We're gonna talk our shit today. We're gonna say whatever we want to talk about. Period. So now I ask my guests this every single time. I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but you gotta think. I want you to think of. I'm gonna just put it on the screen. Hold on. Okay, so every single week, this is something that I do every single week. I ask you, what is the pettiest thing you have ever done? Because there's no way you can be on Purposely Petty and not be petty a little bit. It could be professionally, it could be personally, it could be whatever you want it to be. Okay, what is the pettiest thing you've ever done? I'll give you a minute to think about it.
Yeah, I need a minute to think about it.
I'll give you a minute to think about it.
I need a minute. Go ahead and give us something, Charmaine. I know you done did something petty.
They hear my petty stories every week. I got something petty all the time.
Think about it. Let me think about
Chelsea.
that.
Thank you for watching.
Oh, hey, Chelsea.
So while they are thinking, I do need to tell y'all this. In the event that you would like to be a guest on Purposely Petty, I don't have no issues with that. Please DM me, okay? I like to meet new people. I like to talk to new people. Everybody has different perspectives and things that they, have experienced and wisdom. Everybody has something that they can share with the world that the world needs. So if you would like to be a guest on Purposely Petty, hit me up. I think I'm pretty approachable. I think I am. So come on.
I think so too.
On Purposely Petty. All right, y'all ready?
I can talk about me being petty.
Okay, let's go.
So I used to date a guy who I have mutual friends with. And I knew he was gonna potentially be at an event, that I might be there. And I might be there. So, I made sure that I looked extra good. And I think, Brittany, you can relate to this recently, right? You can relate to this, but I made sure that I looked extra good. I mean, I was just parading around. I was just, doing the most. Like, I was being extra, petty, just making sure, I'm just, just kind of doing my thing, so yeah, I was just on the scene. I'm normally not even on the scene like that, but I was definitely on the scene that day in his space, making her uncomfortable. Eventually, she ended up telling my friend how uncomfortable that I made her, but I'm like, girl, it wasn't even about you. It was about him. I just need to let him know everything, saying that he missing over here. So definitely something that I did was kind of petty of me. I didn't have that like that.
Sashaying all over the building. Hey y'all, what's up? Hair flip. Marcus.
That's petty. That's real petty.
Marcus. I said 4 times in my boy car because he wouldn't give me back.
Marcus.
That's real petty.
Marcus, now that is super petty. But you had to do what you had to do. He should have gave you back your jacket. I don't feel no remorse.
That's petty. That's borderline crazy. Also,
yeah,
he did what needed to be done.
I think my petty. I'm a mid-conversation blocker. I've been known to take conversation there or get somebody to go there and be over it, block mid-conversation. There's nothing else to talk about. Nothing else that I want to hear anyway. So I have been known to do that mid-argument. Can't even see what they're about to say. So Yeah, that's probably the most pettiest for me. I'm not a really big petty person, but that's probably it for me.
See, y'all
Me,
nice.
I'm not a big petty person. I'm more like a, either cutthroat or just cut you off. You know what I'm saying? Like I just.
But I mean, cutting somebody in the middle of their conversation is pretty petty because they're over there typing hard, especially if they got that iPhone. Those bubbles are like going, and you pretty much like, I'm done.
Once I say my piece, once I say my piece, I have peace. So there we go.
And for anybody who didn't know, Brittany and I have been friends for 20 plus years. So we're here together. We know a lot of each other's experiences. So you might hear us be like, girl, you know what I'm talking about. So
right. No cap in my rap.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Have y'all ever did something for the other person that was petty? Like you didn't fully carry it out, but your homegirl carried it out for you. So you could keep your hands clean. What it say? No face, no case.
I wouldn't say she carried it out for me, but she definitely done been my cover story plenty of times. Okay, like
every time.
It's been times I've been out of town with Brittany and I ain't seen Brittany.
Same here.
But I'm out of town with Brittany. Yep. And when we're together, anyways, we don't really post each other every time together. Like Brittany's in Atlanta, people wouldn't know that girl in Atlanta so often they wouldn't even know it. But we don't always have to post each other when we're together. But yeah, when I'm with Brittany, I'm with Brittany.
Yeah, our mothers if they know we're with the other person, they know we're probably straight. They think we're the most innocent of our friends. So we really ride that wave.
Yes.
Let them believe what they want to believe. Believe what you want to believe, mamas. Believe
all I gotta say is I'm with Brittany Weber. That's all I gotta say. And then it's no questions asked,
Right.
Nothing like a good alibi. Seriously.
Seriously.
So y'all, we're gonna get right into these now. I talked about these people last week, but y'all, I had to bring them back because niggas was fighting in elevators, okay? Now, I found out something today that I did not even know. That I didn't see that part in the clip that I saw, but I went and read it today after there was an update on the story because she kind of spoke out about it. Mm-hmm. But she swung on him first. She hit him in the face.
Yeah.
She hit him in the face. So that kind of changed the dynamic for me. She hit him in the face. And then I'm assuming she tried to grab his bag. It was just a lot. I'm just like, well, first of all,
yeah,
we all had a conversation about, everybody was saying he abused her because she was laying on the floor and this and the third. What were your thoughts on the whole situation before I even go into what I was thinking? What were your thoughts about all of it?
I also read that, well, Saweetie said herself that it had happened a long time ago. And so I read that it seemed to be a situation where he was trying to retrieve his things. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like in those type of heated situations where you're arguing and you're fussing and tussling, pushing each other, trying to get your pull back or whatever the case may be, I feel like it kind of was a mutual situation in a sense. But then I also can understand how the people who say that it's abuse, they say it's abuse, it's a trigger more so for some people. But I don't think in that situation that they were, quote unquote, beating each other or anything like that. But it did. I feel like it got physical, but I don't think nobody was hitting on nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with B on this one. Originally when I saw it, I'm like, come on, Quavo, you can't be throwing, Sweetie around like that. Like that's a little too aggressive. I wouldn't classify it as abuse, and I've been reading comments on Shade Room, seeing people's posts like that's abuse, that's too aggressive. But, at the end of the day, I just feel like we don't know what happened prior to that. We don't know if they had been arguing all day. We don't know if there was a tussle even before, the camera caught that scene. We don't know the context of, what really happened. And needless to say, like B said, when you're heated, when you in the heat of the moment, when you're trying to get your stuff, when you are upset, maybe you done discovered something, your heart is racing. I know I done been there before, like, no telling how you gonna react. And I'm like, B, like, I'm this person. Once you start pulling on me, grabbing on me, anything like that, I'm swinging. Like,
yeah,
even if you didn't swing first, like I'm swinging because you shouldn't be pulling on me. You shouldn't be grabbing on me. To me, that's putting your hands on me. So once you cross the line and you move into my space and you then pull me, you're restraining me, trying to stop me from leaving. It's a different ball game for me. Like I'm swinging. Now we both in a situation, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm prepared. I'm prepared if I swing, you know, like that he might swing back because it's a reaction. Like if somebody hits you, it's a reaction to hit back, right? So I'm prepared for that. My grandma always used to say, like, I think Charmaine, we talked about this, you know, prepare the man, be prepared for him to hit you back. You know what I'm saying? Because he might just lay you out. But you know, that's why I hit the gym.
You know, I was having a conversation with some other girls too, and they were just like, you know, even if you swing on a dude, he shouldn't hit you back. And I'm just like, no. If you got the balls to swing at a man, be ready to fight. Because I'm gonna tell you just like this: every nigga that I have ever swung on, I had every intention to beat their ass. Like I was ready. Now I have had real domestic violence situations where I wasn't even doing anything and got knocked upside my head. But the ones where I was like, oh, I have to hit this nigga because he think I'm playing. He think it's a game. I have to hit him. I was fully prepared to fight and do what I had to do. I just don't like the situations when women, they swing on these dudes and then they think, oh, he's not supposed to hit me back because I'm a woman. Domestic violence goes both ways to me. It is not just a men crime. Like a man is the only one that can commit domestic violence. I know some girls who have beat the hell out of some men. Like you wouldn't even know.
I know girls who beat dudes down. First of all, like they don't play no games with black a dude eye. Like they don't care. They swing it first. You piss them off, they swing it first. But like, I think we also need to go back a little bit in history here and think about like Rihanna and Chris Brown was fighting in that car. He was excessive though. Like that was abuse. You know what I'm saying?
That was a lot.
That was abuse. Like he didn't have to beat her like that. Like that was abuse. But I mean, she admitted that she put her hands on him too. Like he had marks on his face. You know, he was scratched up. Like he didn't clearly scratch his own self up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it started with, I think, the snatching of a phone, or I forgot how it started. You know what I'm saying? An argument, but that little thing could be a trigger. You don't know how people are going to respond. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't, you know, really put yourself in those type of situations. Like I'm a big person. I like to remove myself if possible. Like just like I don't
you want to remove yourself. If I think it's very common where in a lot of relationships or situations, male and female are in a situation where they're arguing and you pushing. Like, I mean, I know I've been in a situation in a relationship like that where we arguing, but I feel like just as hype as he was hype, I was hype. You know what I'm saying? So like we're pushing and I'm trying to push, you know, at him out of the way of the door and all this kind of stuff. And then one time he pushed me too hard and I swear I got back. And then as a reaction, I hit him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it kind of is very common for people to get that worked up. But how far do you take that, you know, or how far does that go before you control, you know what I'm saying? You control yourself before you allow that to become something that is more than, you know?
Yeah, you gotta be like, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that's the part. You know, you just really gotta know what's your limits and like separating yourself from anybody that's gonna trigger you like that. Like I always say this, like love is not supposed to be hard. God said love is easy, love is kind. We make it hard. People, you know, make it hard. So when you get to that level where you're fighting and you're putting your hands on each other, you're damaging each other's property.
That's the problem. It's a problem. I don't even want to live like that. I don't even want the stress. I don't even want to live like that uncomfortably. Like,
no. I want to.
Well, let me ask y'all this. I'm gonna put this question for everybody too. So do y'all think, because we do see the very first interactions with love and relationships and everything else from our parents. Now I'm asking the audience this too, and you guys. Do you think our interactions with our parents affect our relationships with the opposite sex? How we talk to them, how we handle them, how we, you know, be in relationships with them? Do we get that first lesson, I guess, or lack of thereof of one from our parents?
Absolutely. I think so.
Definitely. I think so.
Absolutely. Oh man. And I'll start, B. You know, needless to say, I didn't have my dad growing up. And so missing him there, you know, I turned to my grandfather and my uncles, you know, to kind of get that like fatherly love, that male love and affection. And I mean, they just didn't have it to give out. You know, like they weren't the men that were raised to be like nurturing and supportive. And because I was a niece and a granddaughter to them, I don't think they really took on that role, you know, as like, you know, I want to be that father figure in her life. You know, they were raised to protect and provide. That's it. There's no nurturing. There's no, we gonna check in on you. You know, there's no, we gonna be supportive of you. Protect. We gonna protect you and we gonna provide for you. And that's literally, that's just where they are. I was just telling somebody, you know, my grandfather, and I love him to death. I just want everybody on this call to know, all y'all from Waco, anybody know, y'all know how I love my grandfather.
Does.
Like, ride or die for my grandpa, do anything for him. But, you know, like, I've never heard him say the words, I love you, to my mom, to my grandmother when she was alive, you know, to anybody. And so, like, that to me says a lot, you know, about this is the head of my family, you know, the patriarch of my family who, you know, just holding everything down, and he doesn't express love. You know, he doesn't express those types of things. He doesn't really show much emotion. So I grew up around boys. So you hear me talk about, you know, 3 uncles and, you know, my mom, who was the youngest of the 3, and then my grandfather. Then I had a whole bunch of like boy cousins who were my age, and then my male friends that I grew up with. So it made me grow a very hard exterior. And it really, really, like, I've had dudes who tell me, like, you know, you act too much like a nigga. You know, you act too much like a dude. Like you like my bro, you like my homie. You know what I'm saying? Like I need a more, you know, I don't know, like I can't get that vibe with you. I was offended. I low-key wanted to punch him. You know, I restrain. Right. I'm like, you know, I get it. You know, it definitely come from being around those very hard men. And, you know, like, and my mom, I'm gonna say, you know, like we had a very good mother-daughter relationship, and it's even better now that I'm an adult. Like, we talk about everything, and you know, she instilled those things in me, but she didn't have my dad. You know, I watched her be in relationships that didn't work. You know, just with men who I felt like were beneath her sometimes. You know, didn't deserve her. So like, I was just like, I'm not doing that. You know, like it's just all these things that make me like I'm not doing. Put up guards. So it made me very hard, definitely.
In my case, and Charmaine, this is another way me and Brittany are really close, being from the same place or whatever. We have the same family dynamic. My mom is the only girl of 3 boys. So when I was born into a household of men. My grandmother passed away when I was 5. So for a very long time, I was in a household with men, you know, and my mom. So the things that they would tell me, that they still say these things today, like as a child, you know, you don't let nobody do this to you. You don't let no nigga do this. You don't let nobody talk to you like this. You know, all these things were regular conversations as that was instilled in me. And as far as my real dad, like, you know, he was there, no, my whole life, but he was there when he wanted to be there. And my dad traveled, played sports and things like that, and was Rolling Stone. You know, Papa was a Rolling Stone, you know, so I saw him play the field also. So I've always had a lot of men around me instill certain things in me that I feel like affects my relationships. Because like Brittany, I do have a hard exterior also. A lot of people have also told me that I'm hard to crack, but I also feel like it's because I've had a lot put in me to where it's really hard to come by and like really solid with some, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of realness to be in people. Someone that has a strong mental or emotional, me and Brittany and myself. So
your joint is like going in and out.
I don't know. It's it is hard. Sometimes be bothered.
Texter.
Like, I don't with people. I can be aggressive in my own. So it makes it harder to date. And so that's one of the generational curses. Like, I'm trying to break, be more affectionate tell people I love them, and and not
It's going in and out
because that's how we grew up.
Dang, I wish I could have heard what she was saying. Did you text her?
Yeah, I text her. She said she's gonna try to go in and come back out. I mean, go in.
Okay.
She don't know because it was coming through super clear. But like she said, we have very similar backgrounds. So like we have so many similar personalities and just personality traits, and we grew up the same. And so with our names both being Brittany, both living in Waco, like she said, her mom is the youngest of 4 with 3 older, 3 uncles. Same thing with me. Both of our grandfathers were like well known where we're from. They both own land, were deacons in their churches. So we just kind of had a very we were raised around men. Like men don't understand why I go so hard at them sometimes. Like I've seen men in all capacities, the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? And the ugly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't take no BS off of you because it's like I know, and that's why I think with the whole providing thing, because we see the thing about men providing, paying all the rent, the whole thing about half rent, this, that, and the third. I think that's really where it comes from, the whole protect and provide thing. Because it's well, now we don't necessarily need y'all just to provide for us. So it's now y'all got to tap into that, emotional part. You know what I'm saying? We protecting ourselves, we providing for ourselves. So it's now what? Because
now what?
It can't be the only thing y'all bring to the table.
It can't be. It can't be. And then they get offended. They get real live offended. I'm like, you need to take that up with your mom.
Yeah.
You need to take that up with your aunties and your grandma. Which leads me to the next thing. But before we move on to that, I'm gonna wait till Brittany come back. I'm a little bit different than y'all. We talked about this before. I grew up, my parents have been together for 40 years. Well, this August will be 40 years of marriage. They've been together for 44 years. They started dating when my mom was 16. And beautiful. Longevity. Love it. I love my parents. I don't know what I would do without them. They my homies. But I can honestly say there were some things, I never seen my parents argue. I've never seen my parents argue. And while it is a badge of honor, and they used to say it as a badge of honor, me and my brother was like, we wish we would have saw y'all argue. Because then it would have helped us communicate better on how to, handle conflict, handle confrontation. Because it's one of those things, it can happen and then we don't talk about it. It's done. We're not talking about it. It didn't ever happen. You want to go get something to eat? It was one of them.
Right. I've been there. It's the worst.
So once me and my brother got in marriages and relationships, it was really, really hard for us to communicate certain things. I would just fly off the handle. Okay. Let me take that back. I would say, because my ex-husband was a debater. Okay. He really should have been a lawyer. He was a debater. And I would just be quiet because I'm like this. I'm gonna let you get all your words out, say what you gotta say, talk junk to me, do whatever it is you gotta say, and then I'm gonna come with a slugger that is going to knock you out. I'm gonna end the fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure it's over. Okay, over and done. And that's not healthy either. I can't emasculate somebody because I don't know how to communicate. I can't be verbally abusive because I don't know how to communicate. That's not right either. And then, it was the same thing. I get a lot of my personality from my dad. My dad was not in the military, but he's very militant. And he's his love language is actions. So, and we've had a family meeting about this too. I was like, Dad, I wish you would have told me I was beautiful and that I was pretty more when I was growing up. But my dad was like, I was too busy trying to make you a warrior. I didn't want you to be out here being a weak woman, not being able to fend for yourself. And I was like, I just wanted you to tell me you love me. So tell me I'm pretty. Tell me I look good today. And then it was funny because my dad got a little bit of petty in him too. Once the family meeting was over, I'm crying, throat shaking. I just want you, that whole thing.
He was like, Charmaine, you're a beautiful girl. I was like, you know what, Jack?
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you,
Daddy. But I'm like 36-year-old. That's all I wanted to hear. You know,
I feel you, Charmaine, because you know, like literally, when I first locked my hair, I will never forget. When I first locked my hair and I went home, my grandpa, he saw my hair. He was like, Chambers, what you doing with your head? Look a mess. Do you know how that made me feel? Even now, when I go home, if my hair is not literally like laid to the T, my edges is, you know, down, you know, everything look good. He'd be like, what's going on with your hair? And I'm just like, you know, like, can you just compliment me? Can you be proud of me? Like, I know he's proud of me, you know, for my accolades and my academics.
Yes.
Like, they think your granddaughter is doing well for herself. Like, you don't think I look cute with my locks? You don't think, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want that sometimes from him, because he is the closest thing to a father figure in my life. And like I said, it's made me very hard with men. It's made me just, you know, have this issue. Welcome back, B.
Welcome back, boo.
It's made me have this issue with men, you know, just like even not even really knowing how to accept.
I don't know what happened.
Now we happy to have you back. But you know, sometimes I don't even know how to accept compliments from men. You know, not getting them from the men in my life growing up. You know what I'm saying? I you know, I'd be like, stop playing, boy. You know, I'm like, you know, nothing like that, nothing, you know. And it's like, I don't want them to stop giving me compliments, you know, but it's like, I don't really know how to receive them, because I'm not used to giving them, you know, from the men in my life who, you know, who I've always like reverenced or whatever. So I'm very, you know, just thankful to be able to have done the work to get to where I am now, and to be a whole lot more introspective. Because coming from a small country town like where we from, you can have a small mind and it will trap you there.
Yeah.
And you will think everything is supposed to be this way, because I mean, I was raised to believe that a man is supposed to provide. Like my grandfather raised me to believe that a man is supposed to provide. Like he was like, you know, you bring something to the table too, but he should be holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be on you, but I don't expect my man to just hold everything down. You know, 1 + 1 = 2, which is greater than 1. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm going to bring something to the table. I'm not worried about that. But I do want a man that I can feel like if something was to happen, if you want me to have these babies that you want me to have, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to hold it down. You got to be that provider.
Listen, one of my homegirls' husbands say, God did not put no man on this earth to go 50-50 with no woman. A man said that. My homie girl, her husband said, God did not put no man on this earth to go 50-50 with no woman. And honey, I believe that with my heart.
Look,
that's not God's will for your life. Up here going 50-50 with a woman. Are you what?
Like,
no.
Look, I ain't saying he got to go 50-50 with me. Like I said, you know, like I want to bring something to the table, but I was raised to believe that a man is supposed to provide.
I've been told things like this too.
Yeah, no, I know you have, B.
Yeah, I can bring something, but hey, don't be dependent on me. This play money. My money is play money.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
your money is real money.
I remember when and as relationship of mine, we were getting ready to live with each other. Yeah, and we were getting ready to live with each other. Oh.
Doing it again.
I don't know, B, if you got any apps or anything open on your computer, it's got to all be closed down. Your email, your anything.
Can y'all see me?
We can see you, but it's not catching with you. But anything open on your computer, close it down. That's what I had to do. Like email, anything like that. It's using Wi-Fi. It's all got to be closed. Because if not, like it'll interrupt your feed. But yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I do believe a man supposed to provide, but I'm bringing something to the table every time. So I'm not just going to expect him to do it. In my last relationship, you know, I was the provider. I more rent than him. I made more money than him though, so I didn't think that it was. I mean, let me get y'all. If you are it's more than your man, like, do you pay more because you make more? Because I did that, and I felt like a fool. I don't think I'm doing that again. Never. Look at
y'all. He gotta catch up.
Yeah, no, that's not ever happening again.
Now it's something different. Like if y'all married and you got to make your house stay afloat. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, nigga, you could be out here door dashing because they be making money on the weekends. It's a way to get that money if you need to get that money. Like it's no excuses at this point. If you got a car and a license and you need to do something like cut some grass, it's getting hot again. Look. Do what you got to do. Like it's no excuses. And this ain't just for men, women too. Like what? You could sit here waiting for a nigga to take care of you? Yeah, absolutely not.
No, like legit, like like legit, like I said, I would never do that again. Like that was the ultimate mistake of mine. And I did it thinking that this would better him. And I was working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting off one job and I go work another job and he'd be playing a video game. You know what I'm saying? He playing Call of Duty.
You was there busting your tail.
Girl, a fool I was. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy what good dick might make you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say it. Because as women, sometimes we don't like to put it out there, but it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Had your mind gone. Look, I talked about a few episodes back. I was dating a daggone bookbinder. This nigga lived with his mama, didn't have no car, didn't have no degree.
Not live with his mama, no car, no degree.
Didn't have no license. Yeah, girl. And I was like, oh, I like stupid. Like, and I actually cried. I'm like, girl, you up here crying over somebody.
You cried over this
and you write books. I was really perturbed. I think I was, and also it was that first post-relationship kind of serious one after my divorce. So it's like, my mind, I shouldn't even have been talking to him. My mind was just crazy.
Charmaine, your standards was in hell. Okay, your standards.
Hell, they were in hell. Cooking, cleaning, working, doing all this, and this nigga in the bed, paperboy. Yes, ridiculous.
Look, they don't put paperboy. Not
paperboy.
So let me ask you this. Would you date a man? So it's funny that you just wrote off those things, no car, staying at home with his mama. There you go.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, clear. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right, we back.
But yeah, no, can you date a man without a degree, like no college education? And I'm gonna say without a degree, or he just lacks basic like intellectual abilities, like to have those conversations with you on that level. Could you date a man like they got everything else you want, but he can't go there with you? Like this dialogue, maybe he couldn't do that. Like maybe he's just not interested in those things. He's just a very like plain Jane type of guy, good guy, great guy.
Good guy, but
good guy is it's circumstantial and it's subjective.
That's true.
I'm an intellectual woman. I love to read. I love to learn. I love to elevate my mind. I love having intellectual, stimulating conversations. Okay. I have a whole master's degree and getting ready to be a doctoral student. I did not have time to talk to dudes who be like, in this essay, I'm going to talk about. I'm not doing that. I don't have the wherewithal to do it. Like I really don't.
In this essay, I'm gonna talk.
Cause that's them the ones. That's how they be talking. Like I don't have that. It's all about, for me, it's about ambition and about elevating yourself. You cannot have a degree but still be intellectually stimulating. I'm not saying a degree because I know a lot of educated fools.
Me too.
I know a whole lot of niggas that got masters and doctoral degrees and they stupid as hell. So it don't matter. It ain't even about that for me, but I would love,
it's a no for me.
You know what I'm saying? I want a wall of degrees for my children to see.
Yeah. I'm not doing it anymore. But B, let's hear what you gotta say. I'm not doing it again.
I don't think that the college degree part is necessary. It's more so about the experience and how rounded the person is. Can they go into certain environments and have conversations? Can I leave them alone around certain people and they can carry their own in conversation, not be left out? Or can they just be a part of a group setting and be knowledgeable of things that's going on, conversations about current events, or anything, but I have been around people who, you can just tell sometimes some people ain't been nowhere before. And might be a great person, look great, dress great, might have some money in their pocket or whatever, but sometimes you can tell when somebody ain't never been nowhere before, and that part more so bothers me, because they may say things and I'm just like, you could have asked me that. You ain't even have to say that in front of the waiter or something, you know what I mean? Or like, I didn't realize that bothered me until I was talking to this guy who was great on paper. But when we go out to eat, he couldn't pronounce certain words, or like he came off very slow in certain environments.
What would he say? Give me an example.
Just not knowing what shit was, or saying it wrong, whatever the case may be. And that's very minor, that might be petty, but at the same time, it just shows, some people just are not rounded or may not have been acclimated in certain environments. But you got to be well versed. You got to be able to hold your own in whatever the environment may be. And I want to feel confident in that, especially if I'm dealing with you. So yeah, that part bothers me more so. You don't got to have the college degrees. College ain't for everybody.
It's true.
That's true.
I would say college not for everybody either, but I'm gonna go ahead and bank my money on the man that's for me don't have a college degree.
you can choose. Bars. You can choose what you want. And Jeray, you're right. The more degrees you have, some niggas they can't even handle it.
It's harder.
And honestly, when I get to talking to them, they be like, "Oh, you too smart for me." I'm like, "Yeah, for you to say that, yeah, I am too smart."
That
for you.
lets you know
because
that
being smart is subjective as well. So being like, "Oh, I'm not too smart for you," you don't want to have stimulating conversation with me, and that's cool.
Just say that.
It's not for me. You know what I'm saying? You're just not for me. And I've had to, like, dating in Atlanta has been really interesting for me, because in North Carolina, I don't know what I was tracking, what I was putting out, but it was not the right thing. Okay? it was whatever I was putting out was bringing me in the boo. Okay, the trash. So I'm so glad to get a revamp. I did a lot of self-work. Self-work is so important. And even still doing it now. Did a lot of self-work to get to this point, but I just feel like I've attracted so much better quality men here in Atlanta. And also there is just better quality men here in Atlanta. So two reasons why.
And I personally have enjoyed your dating life in Atlanta myself. It has been wonderful. It's always a great time. It's awesome.
Yes, my dating life has benefited my friends as well. They get entertained when they come to town, and I will say, like, the men here, they treat me like a queen. Like, they don't play about me. You know what I'm saying? They let me know, like, don't take nothing less. Like, any dude you going on a date with that's not me, he better be doing this. He better be opening your doors. He better be doing this. Like, they let it know. They make it be known. And I appreciate that.
I think us in our 30s too, we're getting better. I think dating is more, I think it's funner in my opinion. Being able to actually date now, like, I think it's fun. And I enjoy going out doing different things with different people and getting to know people, but everybody don't make it. Some are with us and some are no longer with us. But I enjoy dating. Like, I mean, and what I also learned through dating, I tell everybody this, I tell all my friends this, I have been saying this since high school. Like, my friends can vouch for this. Like, I have always told people, Brittany knows, you are not asking for too much, you're asking the wrong person. Because when I've dated people in the past who were not able to be certain things, it's been so easy for people in my life to show me that shit was really easy. Like, I could have been doing this, but I was so stuck or may have been in one place. It's like it was never too hard to live the life that I've been living the last couple years. It's just I've been finding those things, trying to find it in the wrong people. But we know now, we here, like, and it's been great.
Brittany's quote that she just said, that is my motto. Ask her. When I was my ex, that was the quote that, like, just sent me on out of that relationship. You know what I'm saying? You're not asking for too much. You just asking the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, because I'm not asking for too much. I'm asking for simple communication. I'm asking for, if you upset, you don't have to cuss at me. You know what I'm saying? We can sit down and talk like adults. You can express it. If you can't do that, write a letter, nigga. But because the cussing ain't gonna happen. Because I didn't watch my grandfather and the men in my life, cuss out women.
Right.
And down talk them just to get their point across. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to their wives like that.
Not the case. So I wasn't going to tolerate that. And I made that very known. I'm not tolerating you using profanity at me, around me, talking. And he'll be like, I'm not cussing at you. I'm just using cuss words. That don't even make sense, sir. Make it make sense. You talking to me, you cussing at me. Okay, that's the simple as that. And so, like, yeah, I just really had to like let him know, like, that's just not going to be tolerated. And when Brittany told me that, I never forget. She was in Durham. We were visiting. She was visiting, and we were talking, and she was telling me that, and I was just like, I'm never going back. I'm asking, and I'm telling you, coming to Atlanta lets me know I'm asking the wrong person. Like, me and B can attest. Like, I hate when it's this whole like misconception, like, oh, girls getting flued out, what they got to be doing to get flued out, what they got to be giving up to get flued out. Honey, when it's the right man after you, and he got it like that, not no fakers, not no
nothing. It's nothing to the right person. It's nothing to the right person, and you do not have to do a lot. You do not have to do a lot to get anything from anybody. Like, Brittany knows, like, I've been doing a lot, taking a lot of trips, doing things or whatever, but these are people who genuinely care for me. Like, they'll do anything for me. I'm safe and I trust them. Now, I ain't doing it with strangers. I don't live that type of fluid out life. Right. But at the same time, the people in my life who do those things for me, do them because they genuinely rock with me, keep it real with me, and I keep it real with them. There's no expectation there. But we definitely know what we called it in the group chat, pretty privilege. Like, my favorite story to tell is we went to Escobar. Escobar is like a norm, bring it up right now. We went to Escobar one time. Brittany had a friend who was just like, yeah, y'all come through. And we went. He had seats at the bar for us, which is hard to get if you go to Escobar. You know, you really ain't gonna get no seat at the bar. He had seats for us at the bar. He had menus. He had drinks for us. We was ordering shots. He's like, y'all order what y'all want, food. He was rolling up, all kind of stuff. We left that night like, y'all want food? He was like, y'all want food to go? Like, it was that type of party. And then the bill came. It was like $470. I didn't pay nothing but my appreciation. Thank you. You know, and he was like, it was cool. Like, he had no problem doing any of it. And we left with to-go food.
And he's still my friend to this day. And
he still wants to hang out.
And I was about to say, I was just recently with him at Escobar, and he just recently took care of me. And guess what? When I got there, he was with 2 other girls when I got there. He paid for my way in. So I got to the door. I never paid to get an Escobar. I got to the door. I called him. I'm like, you at Escobar? He like, you know it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, they charging $40 at the door. Like, I'm not about to pay that to come to Escobar. He like, man, he said, give him your phone and tell him you're gonna be right back. Gave him my phone. I was like, I gotta go in here and get the money and I'm gonna be right back. She was like, okay, lady outside, go in there. I'm telling you, he with 2 girls. I don't even know these girls. Not my problem. I'm concerned. Not my business.
It's not your business.
Not my business. So he with 2 girls. He pulled out a little roll, you know what I'm saying? Give me my little 220s, you know what I'm saying? Break me off. And, you know, send me on my way so I can pay my way in, get inside. He introduced me to them, like, oh, these my home girls, you know what I'm saying? This my friend Brittany, you know, blah, blah, blah. Me and them chopping it up. He like, what y'all want? Y'all want drinks? Y'all want food? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all.
See, it's guys like that who just really, they rock with you. They fuck with you. They money, it's nothing to them. Like, some of those people, it's nothing. You always keep them around because they good vibes. They don't mean you no harm. They just got it. They don't care.
They don't care. It's nothing to him. He hit me up almost every other day and be like, you want to go do this? You want to? I have to be like, I have to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I can't go hang out. Like, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, you know, bust a move with me. I'll pay you $200. You know what I'm saying? Bust a quick move with me. Like, it's just, you know, good people that you meet. Like, and mind y'all done been around this man kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just good people. Like, he keep a clean home. Like, he not just now, mind you, I met him here in Atlanta at Escobar. But we've been keeping in contact for so long and just like building a friendship just through meeting up at Escobar. You know what I'm saying? Like, food, talking, telling me about his life, the things that he wish he would have done when he was younger, and you know what he still wanted. I be helping him come up with
y'all cool. Y'all cool like that now. Like, it's just like that.
And he always say, anytime your homegirls in town and y'all want to link up, just hit me up. He's like, I love being around pretty girls. Like,
which leads us to this next conversation. So I think I saw it on Twitter where they were talking about a couple of Sweetie and Lori Harvey and some other, you know, even some of the women that's on this thing right here. They will always have a man or always have suitors because they are beautiful. Whereas there are some women or people who are not as aesthetically pleasing may not have those options. So can we talk about how having a pretty face or having pretty looks affords you different things that other people might not be privy to?
I think it has to do with confidence too, because, you know, Chili is very pretty, but look at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and her confidence, you know, she's been very, you know, insecure throughout the years, talking about her relationships and things that she's done.
TLC Chili? Is that who we talking
Yeah,
about?
Chili's beautiful, right? She's beautiful. She's
She's
beautifully, like, you know, but you know, I think she lacks confidence in certain areas. You know, she has her own insecurities. And so I feel like when I see somebody like a Lori Harvey or, you know, a Sweetie, they're confident. You don't even gotta like, even though God has afforded them a nice, pretty face, you know, they also are very confident in the women that they are. It's a lot of celebrity women who are not confident and they don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some celebrity women I don't think are that pretty. And I'm pretty sure if I said it out loud, some people would be like, I know she ain't saying that. And I'll be like, but they confident, and so they sexy. And I think
we talk about stuff here. Who?
So I'm honest. I think aesthetically, feature-wise, you know, I don't think Tiana Taylor that pretty. But I think Tiana is sexy. And I think Tiana is just like, you know, she gives us what needs to be, you know, given. And she brings it all. She don't let nobody.
Her sex appeal is on 10. Her sex appeal is on 10.
Yeah, but
it does make a difference. It does make things easier. I mean, like, everybody's experiences are different. I mean, we've been around people who have felt like, you know, well, guys don't talk to me, you know, nothing's happening for me when we're out, you know, I feel left out. Like, that's happened in different situations. And sometimes you like, well, damn, I don't know how to, you're not trying to do anything intentional. Nobody's directing anything to you or preventing anything from happening to you. So sometimes it can be taken differently from different people, I think. But also, I think how we also carry ourselves, like, we're very open people, we're friendly. You know, we don't have that mean girl vibe, you know. So I think that's why we also we are drawn to other females, because I think we can have genuine relationships with other females. It doesn't matter if they're pretty or not. Now, in the real world, when we go out and it's like you got to get into the club and, you know, they don't want to let you in, or one of your homegirls in, or like, oh, is she with y'all, or whatever the case may be. Those type of situations where you got to pull your card. Like, well, she's with us, like, you know, or, you know, she's a part of our crew or whatever, you know. It has its perks. Pretty privilege definitely has its perks. But you never want anybody to feel down or, you know, bad about themselves. Right. Because they necessarily may not have the same privilege in certain situations. You know, perception is everything, but also preference is a lot too. Everybody's preference is different. And I think that how determining the thickness of your skin is also going to determine how you perceive those situations when they come. Because it's never meant, for me, it's never meant personal or anything, but you know, it has its perks. I don't know. There's a lot we could say about that.
And I think it's levels to it too. Like, you know, like it's levels to it, because, you know, I ain't on a private jet. I ain't getting, you know, Ari, you know, treatment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't getting like that, but I might could slide in a section. You know what I'm saying? I might could get somebody, you know, to get me and my girl something, you know, have us a good time. But it's in areas where it's been areas where I go and I don't get no looks, and it be girls getting all the play, and I be like, I know I look better than them. Like, ain't no way. And I've been up in these spots. Matter of fact, it's a club in Charlotte called the White House. I done been up in there, and I done seen some of the most ratchet girls in there getting all the play, all the love, dudes on them, like they everybody, and I'm just like, who is her? I don't even like this wig. Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know hating, but just like.
And two, people look out for you. People look out for us too. Like, if I need something, you know, there's usually multiple people I can hit up who I know just kind of got me. Anything, small things like, oh dang, I left this at the house. Can you bring it to me? Or anything small. And then there's some guys who rock with you to the point where they ask you what you got going on next weekend. 2 days later, you got flight itinerary in your email. Like, something you don't even have to ask people like that. Like, I had a dude stop talking to me because he was like, yeah, you go on a lot of trips. You go on trips with guys or your friends. I was like, both. I do a lot with my friends too. I got to do things with my friends too. And I remember he was like, yeah, we should go somewhere. But we never talked about it. We never talked any details or whatever. And so he brought it back up like a month or two later. And he was like, so why we never talk about any trip? You know, I thought we were trying to go somewhere or whatever. And I was like, well, typically when the guys bring up those conversations, I ain't had to say, I don't have to say much. It's usually them like, you want to do this, you want to do that. They know you want to do something, you know? So it's like, he was like, oh, you was waiting on me, to pay for. And I was like, no, because people do what they're comfortable doing. You're not comfortable doing that. And I wasn't going to ask you, because the ones who are doing it, I don't ask, so he felt some type of way about that.
I love that story. She had time laughing.
Which kind of goes to our very last thing. I feel like that dude you talking about might have had what's across the screen, because people are always talking about girls and their issues with their daddies. But we never want to talk about these dudes who got issues with their mamas. Them be the main ones that be kind of stingy. And I don't know if it's because they've been coddled and not used to giving, because they're so used to getting, because their mamas and their sisters and their aunties and great aunts and grandmas give them everything and worship them. They have this male privilege. And I talk about Black male privilege all the time, especially in the Black community. I'm going there. In the Black community, the Black dude, the Black male, he could do the bare minimum. For example, you got your homegirl, or you got the sister. She taking care of her kids. She getting degrees. She got jobs. She keep moving up the ladder, getting promotions. It's like it's expected. This nigga drop out, but years later get his GED. They throwing cookouts.
Right.
They coming up with care baskets. I mean, coming out with red carpet. I'm like, all he got was a GED. He ain't even do nothing. Sits over here with a whole nursing degree. And y'all going ham over. He got a little certificate.
Look, no lie. Look, Charmaine, I'm sorry, I gotta interject. So, I'm working on my doctoral degree. I got my master's or whatever. I had a couple of graduations in my day. But with my master's degree, I was expecting my family to be hyped. Like my 80-year-old auntie, she was hyped, super proud of me, saying like how my grandmother then would be proud. Anyways, my family was low-key a little shady about it. They didn't really show up for me like I felt like they should have. Like I'm the first generation. I'm the first person, like, what I'm saying, like, that's trying to go to these levels and do what I'm doing. So like y'all should be supportive. Okay, boom, fast forward. I got a cousin. He got locked up. Locked up.
I'm laughing because I know what you're talking about.
I'm not even gonna say what he got locked up for, but when he got ready to get out, they threw him a big old cookout. Like it was like
that's how it is.
And I'm just like, how he get a cookout? Everybody's so excited for him to be home. But when it's, say if it's something little on me, I done made a big accomplishment. I can't even get y'all to drive 3 hours to Durham and have a little flu with me and stay one night in Durham with me to celebrate. But y'all want to celebrate this mediocrity, this foolishness.
They out here celebrating the bare minimum. And I'm just like,
he got out of jail. What we celebrating? Like, why he get a cookout?
No, y'all, they were celebrating bad behavior. Because why are we rewarding bad behavior? That's what that speaks to me. But I can guarantee you, if you trace it back to how he was as a little boy, or not even just him, but just boys in general that grow up in Black families, it's the same ones where the mamas be popping off at the school when they're asking the damn food. It's the same scenario. Mama is coming to the rescue to save you, and then they expect the very same thing with the women that they're dating.
I've accused my mama doing this. I've accused my mama doing this with my cousin. He's her nephew. But yeah, always gonna come to his rescue. You know what I'm saying? Gonna make sure, they for a long time while he was the pastor of our church. You know what I'm saying? Like they really coddled and I mean, it
can be a thin line, but they definitely, like I said in the group chat, coddling and being spoiled can be a very thin line in that topic. But I mean, yeah, I deal with it in my family. Like my mom, she's the only girl, but her youngest brother, that's like her child in a sense, And anything that goes on, anything that he does, any situation that comes up, she really takes his side. No matter the other dynamics, and there's been occasions within our family where she's chosen him over me as her child. So it kind of, affects the relationship there. So, and I think in that relationship there, the way she babies him, and regardless of how good or bad the situation is, even if it's so bad, like how in the hell could that have happened? There's always well, I'm just making sure he's okay, or I'm just doing this because he asked me to. And it's like, I can't get you to do those things, you know, or I can't get you to be certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand that whole man and mommy issues, and that ain't even his damn mama. But I get it. I definitely get it. And also with like men and mommy issues, we talked about this in the group chat also about how that reflects into the relationship. And then people talk about daddy issues. Like there's levels to the mommy issues, there's levels to the daddy issues too. Like I had my dad in my life, but my dad wasn't hitting on too much at one period of my life. And so I think that translated into my relationships. Like, man, I was the friend, my friends crying in high school. They're like, oh my God, he did this, he did this. I'm like, grandma, come pick you up. Like, we're going to the mall, we're going to get our nails done. Who cares? Like, forget him, you know? And I think that's because that's how I've seen men in my life be, you know, get rid of them. They don't mean, justice. They don't have to be here. Here 1 minute, gone the next. You let it go. You know what I'm saying? And so,
and Brittany's daddy is a special case, okay? Because her daddy had us on stage with Silk when we was in 4th and 5th grade. So,
dancing on stage with Silk. Girl, my dad really pumped. My dad is a special case for real. He has a lot of celebrity friends. Like I said, my dad played in the league for a little bit. He has a little claim to fame, but his friends, when we're in like settings like comedy shows, we'll be backstage. These are older men hitting on me. He'll be like, yeah, she's grown, go talk to her, and it's like my dad be ready to palm me off, like he'd be ready to pass me off.
That's okay. So now you can see how these relationships can impact, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, these men and these mommy issues. My ex, like him and his mama, like he told me the reason he talked to me that way is because his mama talked to him that way. She cussed him out. That's the way she communicated with him, they didn't really have no loving relationship. So it was just hard to be affectionate, even with me. Like, and I'm super affectionate. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like on him and just hold him and he wasn't used to that. He used to always pull back and you like, why like looking at me crazy and why you so happy? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that really reflected heavy in our relationship, and even got to the point to where he was like, I know what the issues are, but I ain't doing it. Like,
my dad do nothing about it.
I am who I am. Like, this who I am. Take it or leave it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna leave. I ain't taking it no more.
My dad is a product of mommy issues, like very strong. He's definitely a product of mommy issues. Like my grandmother took a lot of his slack. My dad had children in different states, and she was taking care of like child support and things like that. Writing these kids, keeping them up along the way. When he had nothing, he didn't want anything to do with them at one point. And my grandfather used to tell my grandma, like, you're going to ruin that man. Like, and as he got older, I realized the women he's dated have always been women who took care of him because my grandma took care of him. These have been women who could close gaps for him in his life because he's always had my grandma take care of him. And he's been a great dad when he has a woman in his life. When he has a girlfriend or when he's been married, he's an awesome dad. He's hands-on. He'll do anything for us. He's giving us money, all kinds of stuff, helping us in any kind of way. But he's been that great person when he has a woman in his life. So those mommy issues are real because my grandma really spoiled my dad. And that really reflects into his adult life as a 57-year-old man.
So can we talk about the mamas who need to choose? Like, they need to pick a side. Either you going to want these men to be accountable when they in relationships with you, or are you letting your son be unaccountable because he in relationships with other women and they ain't you? Because it's like, you can't be out here, coddling your son and send him out here to date women, and he don't even really know how to do that. But yet you want the man that you date that's coming up to your house to be down the red carpet for you. Come on, sis, it can't be both ways. I know a lot of mothers who on both sides of that fence. You know what I'm saying? They real defensive when it comes to their sons, and they boys. You know what I'm saying? But they don't necessarily. They want better. You know what I'm saying? They want the men in their lives treating them better, but they'll let their son do whatever they want. Like, too many mamas be out here allowing men to womanize other women. You know what I'm saying? And they don't do nothing.
That's a daggone fact. That's such a fact. And that's why I don't really care. I mean, of course, you look forward to meeting your boyfriend's family and stuff like that. Like, oh, I met his mom, but like that shit don't hold a lot of weight with me because your mama will also smile at every girl you bring through that door and say hello. Like that, it's not personal with me until we become more personal.
Be like, my bad. I be messing up things. I'm so sorry, Tiffany. I'm like, it's Brittany, but okay, thank you.
Now,
I don't know
there
where
are.
he got that from. I didn't raise him like that. Yes, the hell you did.
Right.
You
Yes,
did
you
raise him
did.
like that.
Man, don't make me run because I hate when they say, you know, I didn't raise. Yes, you did.
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
you did.
You
Yes,
raised
you
that
did.
mess. You raised that mess. This is what my daddy be like, no, you raised that mess and you ought to be the one to take care of it. Don't be putting out that trash out in the streets.
Because that's what
You
they do.
raised that.
Some of them really be wanting a woman to come take them off their hands. After a while, they like, you know what? This man is so old now, I can't get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Like I was dealing with a dude who his mama was like, I'm so glad he met you. He needs somebody like you. You know, I'm like, oh no, sis. See, I can already see now. He depend on his mama for way too much. Mama watch his clothes. Mama clean up the house for him. Mama,
I know you lying.
Mama pay the bills for him. Mama, can you do this? Mama, can you do that? I'm like, oh, I ain't about to take mama's place. It ain't about
Independence
to be.
independence is attractive. Independence is attractive on both sides of the fence, you know, and like just a man who can make his own sound decisions and not having to, you know, consult his mom. It's okay to have conversations with your mom and stuff like that. Like I would do the same in certain circumstances, you know, talk to my mom about it. But at the same time, she don't drive the boat. So, like, you know, as a man who can be secure in having a relationship with his mom, but also his own mental security, like there's balance there. There should be balance there.
Yes, absolutely. I just hope, like Brittany says, that these women pick a side. You can't say it ain't no good men out here and you up here raising trash.
Right.
Raise the good man. I feel like you get a good man energy back. For real. You can't coddle your babies. It's nothing wrong with spoiling your boys. I feel like my dad is spoiled. You know, with my grandma, he was spoiled, but he also took care of his responsibilities with my mother. And he spoiled my mom. Same thing with my brother. Love him. My mom loves my brother, but he is a man. And she's like, figure it out.
Yeah. No, as a researcher and former school teacher, I can say I have been exposed to a large enough sample size to say this and say that women, we gonna figure it out. My black girls, they gonna figure it out. My black girls always hit me up telling me how, you know, Miss Chambers, I got my stuff together. I'm headed to, you know, hair school. I'm getting ready to open up this. I'm doing this, Miss Chambers. My boys, man, their story is not so great. So even though people might try to rag on black women about us saying, you know, all the things we say about black men and the things we need, we only require these things because we bring these things to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like we only asking you to give us what we're giving you in return. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't, like B said, you know, that could be the motto. All my sisters take that home tonight. You ain't asking for too much. You just asking the wrong person. And that can go for life. You know what I'm saying? That can go for anything, career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can apply to a lot of things across the board.
Not just that, but needless to say, like we really have to be cognizant of how we treat our black boys, the things we instill in them. I know when I raise my son, you know, he's going to be taught to, you know, revere women at all costs, you know, no matter what, you know, you always respect a woman. And I hope that because I raised him like that, he'll never be in a situation where a woman is putting her hands on him, because he'll never provoke her to even get that angry with him. He'll be able to have such a calming spirit that, you know what, even when she do think she want to get angry, she can't allow herself to, because you know what, this man was raised by a black queen who didn't play that, and she knew that she needed to teach him how to deal with women, because we are emotional people, but a man with a calming spirit, he can really like, he can set you right. I'm telling you, like I have a man like that in my life right now. He calms me.
Calm me down.
Calms me. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm a firecracker. I get it popping. Okay. So I don't need nobody popping with me. Pipe down. Pipe down. I'm telling you. And I feel like it's a little bit to what Brittany W was saying earlier. When they really fool with you, they're gonna put you on game. They're going to set you up financially. They're going to make sure you're smart. That's why I said I don't want no dumb man. I don't want no man that ain't got no resource. I want a resourceful man. Teach me more than I already know.
Yes.
A resourceful man can go a long way.
I can't put myself on.
Because women are ourselves. Because the finance can't be the money no more. You know what I'm saying? Like this woman sent me a shot one time. I sent him back a double. Like, sir, come on now. Like, if that's the game you're gonna play, like, you know what I'm saying, do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, just We don't need y'all to provide. We need y'all to be partners. You know what I'm saying? We need partners, people who we can like. Yes.
Yeah,
it's
more than what you can do. Like, cause somebody asked me, like the 2 individuals I mentioned who, we do a lot of things with, we have those certain situations. People ask me, why don't you date them? Like, why not be in a relationship with them? Like, because I know them too well. And I'd rather be where I'm at than get in a situation where it goes wrong. Like they're not dating material. They're not relationship material. And I would much rather keep them where I have them, because that's where I enjoy them. That's where we thrive and we flourish in that realm of where they are and where I have them. And I don't want anything to be any further anymore, because that's not what they're capable of being. I just they just here for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe
just to see too, people got to know what their place is. You got to know how to categorize people or compartment. I can't even say it, but you know what I'm saying.
Categorize.
Categorize, compartments, all of that. Put them in the place where they belong. It's some people who are not long term. It's some people that they're not dateable, but they're here for a good time and they have fun. I know in my 20s, I put a lot of people that I should have just been having fun with in a long-term category, and I messed myself up. But honey, in these 30s, oh, you going right here. You're gonna go right here. And you go right here. I'm gonna put you over here though. Like,
as long as you know your role, you have a role. That one of my friends told me that a couple years ago, and I always say this to people: if you know your role, you have a role. You play your role, you always have a part. And when people know what's going on and you know what's the situation is, we shouldn't have no issues. Know your part, you play your part. Like, that's it.
And I'ma always know my part, because I'm normally assigning the roles. So I'ma always know my part.
Eight times out of 10. 8 times out of 10. Yeah, but everybody ain't for the same purpose. Some people are not, like she said, everybody's here for a season and a reason. Everybody ain't here for the same purpose.
Yeah, no, I just recently had somebody that I realized was only in my life for a season. And they put me on some things, and I grew while I was with them, and there were some things I had to realize. But as far as them moving forward in this next phase of my life, it's a no. They got blocked. They got blocked. They got, removed. Anybody that I knew associated with them got removed. I don't want to see them in my story, my feed. I'm just good on that. It's just good energy. I'm good on that. Like, it's just it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. So
we gotta learn. Brittany, I'm proud of you for doing that, because a lot of women they're scared to do that because they're scared. I'm like, bro, there's so many fish out here. Bro, do you see all these fish out here in this pond? Look out there. That's a lot of them.
It is.
You ain't gotta be stuck on one.
No, I feel like dating is fun. I don't know.
Don't let people tell y'all Atlanta is only full of gay men. It is a lot of successful, fine, straight men down here too. Okay, so I know there's this misconception Atlanta is the hub for only gay men and everybody on the down low and this, that, and the third. You can meet a lot of masculine, straight, successful men. So yes, please don't settle. Please don't settle. Go after what it is that you want. Put out the energy that you want, and honestly, do the work. Like, I've really had to step back and do some work on me. And I honestly say, like, I wasn't going to get with a man until I got to a level in my life, because that's the level of man I wanted to attract. I feel like if I get with a man right now, he gonna be kind of on this level, and as I continue to grow, he can't meet me there. That's what ended up happening in my last relationship. I was a teacher, then became assistant principal, but as I was a teacher, he became a teacher. But then as soon as he became a teacher, I was moving up to assistant principal, and it was like, I could feel that dynamic shift in our relationship where he felt like I was moving on ahead, and he was kind of like, just arriving. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm gonna get to a place, Dr. Brittany Chambers. And then, what I'm saying? We gonna see what God did for me, because right now I already know, like, it's just, I'm elevating myself right now, and I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing the work on me. That's hard. I've had to
and you have to have somebody who's going to do the same. Somebody who's going to be, like you say, even though you're going to keep growing and growing, even if you do meet somebody, you would anticipate or hope the same for them. Like, regardless of when that person comes in your life, that person is also going to have an understanding of, they have a plan. They got a plan to do something. There's going to be a path for them also of what they're going to be out here doing, because, this person don't have to come along with me,
Absolutely.
So, right.
Yeah. And I think my new position will put me in spaces where I can meet that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's all about the environment too, ladies. It's where you go. It's position. If you go to bar, you're going to get a Okay, let's just call it what it is. Okay, but if you decide to go to Emmon Park, you know what I'm saying, go to Highland Ave, switch it up, you know what I'm saying, go somewhere else, like somewhere in Buckhead, Pasha's, you might come out with a Pakistani, you know what I'm saying, who just happen to be a prince, Abu Dhabi.
It's
Who
all
knows?
about where you are, the environments you are putting yourself around.
Yes. Who you put yourself
Position
around.
yourself. It is all about positioning yourself in the right spaces and doing that work. Listen, ladies, y'all dropped too many gems tonight. At this point, y'all, if your life isn't elevating or becoming better, you just was not listening and your ears was closed. Okay, because they gave you so many things to make you have a better dating life, gave you tools so that you can do the work on yourself and attract the person that you want to be. If you a dusty dude and you was watching, I pray that you also do the work so you're just not stuck on your mama's boobs and you become the man that God has called you to be. Okay? So many wonderful conversations tonight. Pretty privileged. We talked about everything. So y'all, thank y'all for joining me, Brittany W and Brittany C. I love y'all both so much. Y'all were funny, enlightening, and it was just
Thank you for having
and I
us.
can't wait for us to hang out in Atlanta because I'm just
Yes, come join us. Come join us.
We could do some good work in Atlanta.
Okay, I'm telling you. So come on down. But yes, no, thank you for having us, Charmaine. This was so
thank you so much.
And I think it's very much needed to have other women talk and share their experiences and just everybody relate and sharing in the chat and just all of that. Like I'm just so filled up being in this space. Thank you for curating Black Girl Magic always and Black Excellence. I love it. So yeah, just thank you for having us for real. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank everybody that watched and stayed with us this whole hour and almost hour and a half. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your Thursday night to come and hang with Purposely Petty. As always, if you can, subscribe to my channel and my website, or you can just follow me on Instagram. Also follow these amazing ladies as well. I do have those breakup toolkits. So if you're trying to do the work, there is things inside of the breakup toolkit to help you do work too. And right now they're 50% off these beta boxes because I need all the research and the feedback so I can give the very best product that I can when I launch officially June the 15th. So listen, thank y'all for joining Purposely Petty. I hope everybody has a great night. Yay! Thank you, Darius.
Thank you.
Yes, everybody have a great night and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye guys. Till next time.